The spotlight has once again fallen on rugby officiating after respected former Test referee Nigel Owens questioned one of the biggest moments in South Africa's victory over Scotland. His comments have reignited debate across the rugby world, with supporters, former players, coaches, and analysts all discussing whether a crucial Springboks try should have been disallowed. Although South Africa eventually celebrated an impressive 42-28 win, many believe this single incident influenced the direction of the contest and gave the defending world champions the momentum they needed to stay in control. From the opening whistle, both teams showed exactly why international rugby is regarded as one of the toughest competitions in world sport. South Africa entered the match determined to showcase their trademark physicality, while Scotland looked ready to challenge with quick ball movement, intelligent kicking, and disciplined defensive organisation. Every collision echoed around the stadium, and the atmosphere created by thousands of passionate supporters added even more intensity to an already fascinating encounter. The breakthrough came early for the Springboks. Scrum half Ambrose Papier spotted a gap in the Scottish defence and crossed the try line after a well-executed attacking sequence. Fly half Handré Pollard, one of rugby's most reliable goal kickers, calmly added the conversion to hand South Africa a deserved 7-0 advantage. It was the ideal start for the hosts, but nobody inside the stadium realized that the following restart would soon become the most talked-about moment of the match. Scotland's kickoff was launched high into the air, inviting a fierce contest for possession. Springboks lock Cobus Wiese timed his jump perfectly as teammate Boan lifted him high above the contest. At first glance, everything appeared completely legal. Lifting a teammate to collect the ball is a common tactic in modern rugby, and spectators expected the play to continue without incident. However, the situation quickly became unusual. Instead of lowering Cobus Wiese immediately after he safely gathered possession, Boan continued moving forward while still supporting him above shoulder height. The action lasted only a brief moment, but it created an awkward and confusing situation for Scotland's defenders. The Scottish players suddenly faced an impossible decision. Under World Rugby laws, defenders cannot tackle or interfere with a player who remains in the air, nor can they make illegal contact with the supporting player. Understanding the risk of conceding a penalty, Scotland's defenders wisely chose not to engage. Rather than attempting a dangerous challenge, they stepped back and waited until Cobus Wiese returned safely to the ground. That split-second hesitation proved extremely costly. By the time Cobus Wiese landed, he had already gained valuable territory without facing any defensive pressure. He immediately released a clever pass to Paul de Villiers, who powered deep into Scottish territory and carried the attack forward with tremendous determination. South Africa recycled possession through several powerful phases before number 8 Evan Roos crashed over the try line to score another crucial 5 points. Once again, Handré Pollard made no mistake with the conversion, extending the Springboks' lead to 14-0. During the match, the move looked like another example of South Africa's outstanding efficiency and physical dominance. Players celebrated, supporters erupted with excitement, and the game continued without any intervention from the match officials. Yet once the final whistle had blown, attention shifted back to that restart after former international referee Nigel Owens shared his opinion during an episode of World Rugby's Whistle Watch. According to Nigel Owens, the incident should not be viewed as a traditional obstruction offence. He explained that obstruction usually occurs when an attacking player blocks defenders from reaching the ball carrier. In this case, however, the issue was different. The concern was that the player carrying the ball remained airborne while being moved forward, preventing defenders from making a legal tackle. Nigel Owens explained that lifting a teammate to catch a kickoff is perfectly legal, provided the supporting player immediately returns him safely to the ground. Once that process changes into carrying the airborne player forward, defenders become unable to compete fairly because they are restricted by the laws designed to protect player safety. He highlighted the reaction of the Scottish defenders as the clearest evidence. One player appeared ready to make a tackle before instantly pulling away, realizing that any contact with an airborne opponent could result in a penalty against Scotland. According to Nigel Owens, That hesitation demonstrated exactly why the move should have been penalized. The defenders were prevented from competing, not because they lacked commitment, but because they respected the laws of the game. In Nigel Owens' opinion, the referee should have awarded Scotland a penalty immediately after recognizing that the supporting player continued carrying Cobus Wiese while he remained airborne. Had that happened, South Africa's attacking move would have ended long before Evan Roos eventually crossed the try line. The comments immediately divided opinion throughout the rugby community. Many supporters fully agreed with Nigel Owens, arguing that protecting player safety and ensuring fair competition should always remain the highest priority. Others defended the match officials, pointing out how incredibly difficult it is to make perfect decisions in real time when incidents unfold within seconds. Interestingly, Nigel Owens made it clear that he was not criticizing the referee personally. Instead, he described the situation as another example of a grey area within rugby's laws. Modern rugby has become faster, stronger, and more tactical than ever before, meaning officials regularly encounter situations that require instant judgment under enormous pressure. Former players also entered the discussion, explaining how coaches continuously search for innovative tactics that can provide even the smallest competitive